Video we are going to see single SPA, which is stands for single page application. Okay, so this we can call as a micro front end as well. So the advantage of this kind of applications are, we can have a multiple applications which developed independently, and whenever we want we can deploy this application to the server together. Okay, so this will be useful only when you are working with a very bigger applications. If you are working with a very small applications which does not have that many modules, then this is not needed. Only when you are working with a very bigger applications like Amazon and e-commerce websites, banking application, enterprise applications, we can go for this concept. Okay, so let's jump into this one. What are all the configurations, what are all the steps that we need to do in order to accomplish this one? Going to create a 3 different React applications, and all these things we are run together to create a one big applications. So in the 3 React applications, one React application is going to be the header, and another 2 applications is going to be an independent application. So if I click the link, it will load one application. If I click one more link, it loads another application, and inside that applications we are going to have a different routing as well. Okay, so guys, now I have installed this library in my system already, which is npm install create single SPA. Okay, so this library I have installed already in my system, so I don't want to install it. This global is optional, again depends on -g is optional. Fine. So next one is we need to create a root configuration. As we know, whenever we want to create a single SPA, first we need to create a root configuration. Inside the root configuration only we are going to put our application. Okay, so here what are we going to do? First we are going to, I just created an empty folder in my system. So as you can see here, it will not have any other project. Now here I am going to give the command called create single SPA. Just to give the command, then it will ask you that what are all the options that you want to select. So next, once I give these options, it will ask me to what is the root project that I am going to use. So here I will give ROT. So sorry, I can give root config. Okay, I can say okay root application, or we can say base application. So whatever the name that you want, you can use it. So I am just mentioning a base app. Okay, so this is the base app. Then enter. Then it is asking me whether it is application or utility module or single SPA root configuration. So as we all know, this is root configuration, so I need to select the root configuration. Then it is asking me the npm. I am selecting the npm. Then it is asking me to use TypeScript. Yes, I want to use a TypeScript. Give it. Then it is asking me whether do we need to use layout engine. Yes, it is important that our base application should have a layout engine. So I am just giving a y. Give enter, and then organization name it is asking. So I am going to give my name. So which is Praveen actually here. Enter. Then it's creating. So next one is, now I am going to create a React application. This is not the root configuration. So I execute, enter it. So now as you can see here, it is asking me to create a new project. So here I will give React. I will going to mention React 1. Okay, so this is the name that I am providing. Enter it. Then it is asking me which one. So as usual, we all know this is application. Enter it. Here I need to provide the React. So enter it, and then it is asking me npm. Then will this use project TypeScript? Then answer is yes. Give enter. Organization name, I will give like my name as organization name. Enter. Then project name I will use React 1. Okay, so enter it. Now this application will be created. So now I am going to create a second application. So I can say React 2. Enter it, React and npm, and I want to use TypeScript. Organization name I am going to use the same name. It's all your wish, guys. The organization name, don't get afraid. You can give whatever you want, it will accept everything. So project name I will give React 2. Once it creates, now we are going to create the header application. Header is nothing but, generally in the websites we used to have a header, right? Here also we are going to have the header. So yeah, so that is also going to be one more React application only. So then it is asking me the directory. Here I will mention header. So header app. Okay, so yes, execute it. Then it is asking the same, it is also a React application. Then React, then it is npm. Will it use TypeScript? That answer is why. Organization name I will use Praveen here. Enter it. Then name, project name I will mention header app. Okay, enter it. Now that loading is going on. So now I am going to run this application, but before that we have to see one concept called layout. So we know this layout file is nothing but where we are going to keep all the applications. So for example, if you are having a 10 applications, all these things we have to put properly in this layout file. This layout file will contain all of your applications based on the navigations, and also we should have one EJS file. This EJS file will be available in the project itself in the base application. If you just scroll down, they already have some common configuration file of your other applications. If you see here line number 51, it clearly tells that localhost 9000, which is the root configuration of this entire applications. So like this, we need to add our own 3 React applications, right? So we should add our own 3 applications with appropriate port number as well as the file name. So how can we able to get the file name? How can we get the port number? That is what we are going to see it now. Okay. And one more thing, whenever we are going to see the output, it is must that your all the applications should be run actually. In case if any one of the application is not running, you cannot see the output. You will not get any error, but however you cannot see output also. Okay. So it is must that your application should be running, then only we can get the proper output. Okay. First we will run one by one, then we can see how we can able to add the configuration to the main application. Then we will see the output at the last. Okay. The first application, I am going to run the application. So as usual, open the package.json file. Okay. So in the package.json file, first I will run my header application. So how to run? So as usual, just click on that standalone. Okay. This standalone is important for the single SPA. You should not run with normal npm start. You need to run with npm standalone. So to run the application, just hover on this one. You can see there is a run script. Just by click on this one, you can clearly see in the VS Code terminal that application is started running. You can see that port number is HTTP localhost 8083. So what it means, for this header application, the port number is 8083. So whenever you want to add this file to your main file, it should be localhost 8083. Okay, fine. Let it be. With the same steps, I will run this remaining 2 applications also. So go to the package.json. Run this file. Just to hover, you will have this option. Click on that. The same way, enable that. Click on package.json. Click on this one. That's it. Okay. So now my 3 applications are running. These 3 applications are nothing but 3 React applications. Still our base application is waiting. I didn't start the file. So we will see. Okay. So now as you can see here, this is one application is running on 8085. And if you see, the second application is running on I think 8084, the first header application is running on 8083. That's it. Okay. So now our 3 applications are running. Okay. How we can able to add these files to our base application? So now I will add some output in order to see it. So go to the header application, expand the source, root component.txt, right? Here I will add some random HTML to know. This is just for our understanding. I'm using H1. This is header application, right? So I will say this is header app. Header app. The same way, I'm going to add this line to other applications also, just for our understanding actually. React 1, src, root component, and I can say this one. Okay, this is React 1 app. Then I can shrink it. I can go for React 2 src, this one. Here also I'm going to add this one more h1 tag here. I can say this is React 2. Okay. So now the reason why I am adding is because to know the difference, right? Once the application is getting binded to the main application, by looking at this text itself, we could understand that this output is coming from that application. That's the reason I'm adding. Okay. So now all of the output is getting ready. So now we will see output separately, not together. So now as you can see, this is our first application, right? Just command plus click, automatically it opens on the browser. As you can see here, this is output of this own application with the 8083. The same way, I think 8084 we have one application. The same way 8085 we have one more application. Super. So everything is working fine. Now we need to find one URL. So what is the URL? So the URL is nothing but that entire application will be rendered from one JavaScript file. So how we can able to get the JavaScript file? Just click on that, inspect. You can see that network here. In the network, just refresh the application. You can see the last one, this link, right? This is the JavaScript of this application. So just copy this link, whatever you are seeing here. Okay, so go to your main application, which is the base application, and you have the one file called EJS. Inside the EJS, you can just add this link as well. Okay, we have to put the name, command, and that's it. Okay, so maybe we need to add 3 more files, right? So I can copy this one, just put comma, I will put 1 2 3. Okay, so this is I can say header, this is react 1, the name is our wish, guys. Okay, you can name it whatever you want, but it should be, the file name should be proper. Okay, so this link should be proper, the name is our wish, because this is the name we are going to use it in the layout file, but the link is the link is, we have to get it from the file. Okay, so this is 8085. Now we will see 8083, which is header application. Yeah, so now you can see this is the link of this header application. So just copy this one, go to, okay, this is the 8083, this is the header. Sorry, let me copy the entire thing. This is the header actually. Yeah, so 8083, I think 8084 is pending, so 8084. Okay, so this is the 8084. Now copy the link, I am going to use this. As you can see, this is the react one. So add this link to this application, which is this react one. So let me, this one, leave it. Okay, so now we have a header file, react 1, react 2. Everything is configured properly. So guys, make sure that there is no spelling mistake or comma, because if any spelling mistake of the comma is missing, of course this application will not run. I have just sat for around 30 minutes, couldn't able to, it's not giving proper error also. Then I found that comma is missing. So make sure that you are giving a proper name and all these things. Okay, okay, now we need to mention this name into our application. So here I am going to copy these things properly. So I'm going to multi-select in the VS Code. So multi-select, Control C. It clearly see this one. This is the default output. I don't want to use the default output. Let me remove it. So here I am going to use this one, but no, we need that layout file. Okay, I will based on this scenario, I am going to copy paste for 3 more times. Yes, so here I am going to use my router. So this is the header. So I will mention this like this. Okay, so with the same scenario, I am going to put this. So the same thing, cut it, and I am going to mention it here. That's it. Okay, so this is how you need to configure this one. However, I am going to load it for 2 more times, and here if you see, there is a navigation tab. So this one is just for an example. I am going to enable it now. Inside this navigation, I am going to keep this header. Okay, so the reason why we are moving this one is because this is a navigation tab of the single SPA. So whatever the application that we are keeping here, that will be always there. So this one I am going to remove it, and here I am going to remove this one, and here I will mention, so this is the default one, so I will keep it, and this space I will remove it. So I will tell you guys what I am doing here. So this is the route, and this is the default. This default is not needed, this default is fine, but I need to create one more thing, which is this is default, this is the one. Okay, I need to mention okay, so here I will mention react 1. Okay, so the same way I am going to mention it this one, which is react 2. So whenever the URL has localhost, the port number of this application /react1 means it load this application. Whenever it's a react 2, it loads this application. Whenever nothing is mentioning, it loads the default application. Again, it goes to the react 1. So but whatever the application is loaded, irrespective of any application, always this header will be loaded in our top of the file. Okay, that's it. Now I think we have done all of our configuration. The last step is we have to run our base application. It is also the same step. Go to the package.json, and this is the start, I think so. Start, just hover on that, you will have run script. Click on this one. Now you can see your application is running. In case if you have any issues or anything, immediately it will throw the error. but now it is giving me some error. What is that? Okay, here there is a problem with one single, as I told that, you know, if even if a small mistake it will not work, as I told that I have one comma, so only it was not working. Okay, now it is resolved. Save the file and go to the layout file. In the layout file, as we all know, I just kept the same thing. It is header application, and I have the React one, which is the base default application. I have the React one for the first application. If the path is React 1, it loads the React 1 application. If the path is React 2, it loads this React 2 application actually. Now the last step, okay. So, okay, which means the navigation last step. So here if I, in the URL, if I mention localhost 9000, the URL for the base, this is the base application guys, this is not a React application. So if I enter it, you can see that React application is loaded, okay. So now I am just purposely mentioning React 2. So if I give React 2, you can clearly see that my React 2 application is getting loaded, and if you see the header application is always be there. If I give React 1, it loads the React 1 application. That's it. So this is how our React application is working. Now we will add a simple navigation to the header app. Okay, this header app is also, as we all know, we created as a React application. So now header app. Okay, go to this one. Inside this one, I will remove this one. I will add a normal anchor tag. Okay, so here I am going to mention slash React 1. I can say React 1 app. Okay, so the next one is I am going to have one more anchor tag with the React 2. Here I am going to mention React 2 app. Let me save the file and go to this one and go on to this one. Yes, I have a React 1 app, React 2 app. If I hover on that, if I click on this one, you can see React 2 app is getting loaded. If I click on React 1 app, it loads the React 1 app. So now the two applications are loaded properly in our single SPA. Okay, now I am going to add simple one more variation, which means in the React 1 app, I am going to create a child navigation. So which means this is the React 1 app, right? Inside the app alone, I am going to create a some more navigation. So generally, if you know how we can able to add the React router, by using the React router DOM, we can able to, which means by using the React router DOM, we can able to add the router navigation, right? The same step here also we are going to do. So how we can able to do is, so first create the one more terminal, and now navigate to the your React 1 application or wherever you want to add React. So now I am navigating to this one. Here I need to mention npm I React router DOM. This is not the entire application, only for this application I am adding this router configuration. Okay, so let it get loaded. Meanwhile, I am going to create a two more component into this application. So I am going to create a tsx. With the same way, I am going to create a about also. Okay, so about.tsx. That's it. This is the two components that I am creating, and inside this one, I am going to create a one more header app. Okay, so header header app. Okay, this is only for the app 1 actually, tsx. This will be available only for the this application, not for the entire application actually. Okay, so you people know how we can able to create the function component. So header app 1. So I need to create about. So this one will navigate to the about application. That's it. Let me save this one. Now this navigation is getting ready. Only thing is we need to handle it properly. So go to the root component of this application. Here we need to create the browser router. So you people know what is browser router, right? So here I need to create a, it's giving me the error. The same way I am going to create a about as well. So when the URL has about, and guys, this is not the main application. This is the child routes. Okay. Okay, so here what I am going to do, I will just copy paste this one into the about application. The thing is I will add some here. Okay, so this is home. Okay, the same way I will add this one in the about as well. So let me add about. So this will about actually. Okay, so the steps are the people who knew the React, it's not take that much time. Right. So now the last step is I think everything is fine. Now the last step is step. Yes. Okay, I will need to import properly home. I need to import about this one also is working fine. Okay, so now all these things are fine. Only thing is I need to add this router configuration. So now the configuration is ready, and only thing is we need to mention that application name, which is react one. So we are going to add this path in the here. When this path is react1/home react1, this one, then only that path will match. So let me save the file and go to that application. Yes, super, I am getting the error. So which is because I need to handle the empty one also. That is the reason we are getting some error here. We can say when that URL is empty. Okay, so now as you can see here, the home is working fine. So our single SPA is working fine. So which means inside the React one we are having this one. So if I click on about, you can see that React one, that about is getting loaded. If I click on home, it's getting home of this React application. If I click on React 2, that React 2 is also working, but now you cannot see the sub menu. So if I click React 1, it's working fine, home and about. Okay, but here as you can see here, that navigation is not working properly because we need to use normal standard of the React, which is link. So about A has to be small. Okay, so let me comment this one. Now go to this one. Yes, now if I click on home, you can see the navigation is smoothly happening. So now home about is working. If I click on React 2, it's going like this, going React 1, home is working, about is working. Okay, so now our single SPA is working fine. As you can see here, I have one header which is on React application, and I have one React one which has the sub menu of it is the application. If we click on React 2, our React 2 application was fine. This is called the single SPA. So I think maybe in the upcoming series I will see how can we use our Angular as well. But as of now, we just completed successfully. And in case if you have any queries or any questions or you have any other things, just put it on the comments. If you want to ask me any questions or anything, you can follow me in LinkedIn or Instagram, whatever it may be. Link in the description. Thank you.